alpacas. Well, that's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. Pietrick! That was loud. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Of course not. Vengeance in Dragons gonna lurk. Okay. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade. Though who among us could, am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. So it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is to offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No, a deal he can't refuse. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Of course. Great, we can meet back here to share our impressions. Man, the amount of quests where we just have to talk to people is too damn high. Well, obviously I'm not Tobley. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobley is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Okay. Diligent ranch hand. A visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Okay. Nonchalant ranch hand. Am I Tobley? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third province and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? Dude, you're not supposed to say that. It's not you. Boastful ranch hand. You think I might be Tobley? Haha, well, maybe I am. All I will say is that in this village none have reared more alpacas than I. Okay. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. It's the diligent one. Ah, the worker's so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. Yeah, don't do that for real. It's disrespectful. We know it's you, Tobley, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobley, head ledger of Wachumpelo, a head rancher of the family ranch. Okay. I am also one of Gulo Jaja's chosen electors. Good job. In a place featured in Tulihiolo saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Tobley. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
What? Here he is. Is this the first place he's stopping by?
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
Oh.
You're Tobli.
Good God.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed.
Yeah, I just intimidated your
With that
friend.
amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge.
Sheesh. Okay.
Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Huh?
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
Example?
This is a special kind of alpaca.
So
Would you
soft.
please approach the animal, third promise?
Oh my God. Is this really necessary?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
Oh no. Oh goddamn.
Ah! The little monster spat on me!
Again.
Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Oh my God.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley braid like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. Can also be especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
Good question.
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with their catching.
No.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait!
No preparations
Didn't I
at all.
warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
Okay.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
Her face.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Oh my god.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Ew. Hey, I saw that look! Dude. It's... alpaca vomit. Or whatever. Eryville wishes to discuss the feat of gold. As Wuklamata helped demonstrate, the valley alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle. We infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Oh, it's like that then. Have you perhaps forgotten we're a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. So that means 10,000 pel. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to guild, that comes to around 1 million. Or so. Mayhap, if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I will find the money somehow. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. 100. Why do they talk like that? Beginning with the wool. You can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1,000,000? That's 10,000 times more. But he didn't say it was 1,000,000 pel, it was 10,000 pel. We need 10,000 pel, not 1,000,000, so we're looking at 100 times more. Alright, I panicked and got it confused with Alphino's million gill. She sounded just like me. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again, Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I ate them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat like you asked. As long as Wuklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she's free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Whomever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Oh my god, they have to tend the alpacas now? Gladly, although Eliena, I think you should go with Wuklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over and surely have sage advice to share. Good day. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Eliena anyway. The better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it will give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. I'll try one last time. Oh my god, you're very courageous, you're very brave. Okay, alright, cool. Where's the saddler person? Watch un pelo. Where's... Oh, Mablu's there. Hello. Can I have your saddler, please? Your saddle. Or your saddler. I don't want you, I want the saddle. I've saved you some break time now. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. Ah, Dormammu, I've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With a basket of fine alpaca wool. His face. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. So 5... Why do they talk like that? 5,000 goddamn pels. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. Oh no. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. Oh boy. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who'll see my business prosper. Zoral Ja will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. Oh, I see. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Dude. This was low. We'll have to turn 100 into... What is it? 10,000? Yeah. No, it's the same thing. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yokui ruled the village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn's servant, to help our nation from going back to the way it was. Confetti. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the peace of Tulihiolal on the line. Then neither will I. We'll make you Dawn's servant. Aiming for 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration, so let's try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Of course, the Weaver. Bolnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to that road where we first met him. Cool. Okay, so this is the spot. After Bullnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Icluvos Inn. Most visitors to Huachampelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Okay. Can I have that basket, Lenya? Oh, Eliena. My character's not called Lenya. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bullnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is about? What this is all about? I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts! Yay! Peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledged to preserve the peace with... preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Poncho! Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. 500 pel. Oh my god, why do you talk like this? Why? Like you are an Excel spreadsheet. That's very generous, Bullnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. Oh, he's so nice. You're good people. You're good lion. Shabral. I can't believe you quintupled? Quintuple? What? Your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Oh my fucking god, these words. Only because Eliena remembered our weaver friend, all I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One which you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Okay, who needs a poncho? Here, Eliena, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erenville would never let me hear the end of it. No, you wouldn't. All set. Our next deal is waiting to be found. Yay. Ah, excellent trade. All right. We're traders. All right, Mablu, what's next? Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they are eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. True. Better to negotiate with them than with the Pelu Pelu. Jesus. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamulja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably lance guard or sellswords. Mamulja, who soldier for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamulja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Yeah. Oh! Okay, so this one has weapons? Don't know. This one already has a poncho. Sweaty Dopro? Well, if he's sweaty, he probably doesn't want for a poncho. Disconcerted Hubigo. He's... they two look the same. But this one is sweaty. So I'm going with this one. Let's see. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon? Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choices of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here, and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. Oh, how sad. Do you want a poncho? I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliholal, and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Oh, that's very sad. Do you want a poncho? Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh. Oh ho! For 500 to 1,000 we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate and the mate. Mate. Like the tea? Mate? And I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. Oh, and then we're gonna do this. We are gonna impress her. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Bye. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Mipla's mate garden, Mate garden we go. Oh my god. How do people say this name in English? How do you say it? I say Machi. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. Oh, come on, Wuklamat. Jesus Christ. These ones will be the calm type, right? Yes. Hey, 1,000. Man, how long will it take for us to get to 10,000 though? How long do I have to do this? This is a rhetorical question, by the way. Before someone actually answers me. Don't do it. Okay, cool. Yay. Well done recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you've a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. I remember that. I need their current. Okay, hang on a second. I'll be right back. Wuklamat steels herself for the ride to find your next trading partner. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. Okay, I'll hold the fucking hatchet. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Let's fucking go, man. Oh, look how cute they are. I think I saw another ether current. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. You're on top of the fucking alpaca. I sent the alpacas back to Icluva's inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Why? You just said the alpacas were needed because it was too far. It's still far! Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobli took me in. He took in all the range hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. Dude, it's not like you're abandoning him on anything. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's made mate. Do you guys say mate? Mate? Because I say machi. I'm gonna say machi because I want to and because I'm Brazilian. Okay, it's fine. I'm okay. It's harvest, so it's machi harvesting season, so they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wuklamat's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise, and let's get to bargaining. Let's go. No, not you. Not you either. Why is my controller doing this? Okay. You have that little axe for me? It's a hatchet. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain your proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan. The razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of machi leaves in exchange. A sack of machi leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column. 1,000 pel, okay. The same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mescal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. Well, because she's not stupid. Whoops, someone's surprised. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the Third Promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the Second Promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need for hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wuklamat. That is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bringing your harvest, would you give us a better deal? Is it snowing? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kona's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Hell yeah! Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Eliena and I have matched together. Oh no, I'm helping too! Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Leaves. I would like to drink some matcha tea now, but it has caffeine. I can't. I have to wait till the morning. Alright. You've brought me some leaves then. I certainly have. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Sure. Here we've brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate! Bought at the shop, 1 sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. 5,000 pel. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. Buy hatchet? I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. Alright, bye person, bye. Mapli? Forgot her name. Oh, she said, Mablu, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before, sorry about that. Even after everything Tobli's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobli to accept my decision then? Okay, you're being a little too hard on yourself, you know? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming Dawn's servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobli held the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for your advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? So I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Fuck yeah. Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Oh, Disciples of Land and Hand. Yeah, that's the next step after I finish this. Am I really holding my own against Kona and Zoralja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wuklamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. I'm not convinced.